I'm grateful to have you here. Before we begin this journey together, I want you to pause for just a moment, breathe deeply, and feel present with me. If you're watching this, it's not by accident. Something within you is searching, maybe for wisdom, maybe for peace, or maybe for strength. And today together, we are going to walk through ancient words that still have the power to reshape the way you see your life. Welcome to the Wisdom Within channel. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications, because this space is made for souls like yours, those who seek purpose, self-mastery, and inner calm in a world that often tries to take it away. Before we go any further, I want you to type in the comments, "I believe." This is not just engagement. It is a declaration, a quiet promise you make to yourself that you are open to receive wisdom, transformation, and divine guidance. Go ahead, type "I believe" in the comments right now. And as you do, let this message enter deeper within you. Today, I want to share with you 5 Stoic quotes, only 5, but powerful enough to change the way you think, act, and live. These are not ordinary words. These are truths carved from the hearts of emperors, philosophers, and warriors of the mind. Souls who lived in empires, faced betrayals, endured wars, and still chose peace within themselves. People like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, men who discovered that the greatest kingdom is the one within. Before we go into the first quote, take a second to like this video. It helps this message travel to more people who need it, maybe your future self included. And if you're ready, if your heart and mind are open, let's begin. The first quote is from Marcus Aurelius, a man who ruled the most powerful empire of his time, yet spent every night writing reminders to himself on how to stay humble, calm, and kind. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Think about that. So much of our suffering doesn't come from life itself, but from the way we respond to life. We cannot control what people say. We cannot control whether someone loves us or leaves us, whether opportunities come or fade away. But there is one thing we always have power over: our thoughts, our interpretations, and what we choose to believe about what's happening to us. This is where real strength begins. Maybe right now you're struggling with something private, something no one else can fully understand. It could be a disappointment, a broken relationship, a fear about the future, or pain from the past. The Stoics are not asking you to pretend it doesn't hurt. They're reminding you that even when life hits hard, your inner world is still your own. No one else can think your thoughts for you. No one else can choose how you respond in this moment. That power belongs to you alone. I want you to let this sink in. You are not powerless. You are not helpless. You are the gatekeeper of your inner peace. When someone offends you, you get to choose whether their words enter your heart or stop at your ears. When life doesn't go as planned, you get to decide if it becomes a tragedy or a lesson. When fear arrives, you get to choose if it rules you or teaches you. And when pain shows up, you get to decide if it breaks you or builds you. Marcus Aurelius wrote those words not from a comfortable palace, but often in military camps, surrounded by uncertainty and war. He trained himself every single day to return to the truth. Your mind is yours. Guard it, guide it, use it well. And I want you to remember this too. When your thoughts start to spiral into anxiety or anger or regret, pause, breathe, and remind yourself, I still have a choice. If this message speaks to you, if you can already feel something shifting inside, take a moment now to like this video. It takes just a second, but it helps this channel grow and reach more souls who need this message. Now, let's go deeper. The second quote I want to share with you comes from Seneca, a Stoic philosopher who served as an advisor to the Roman Emperor Nero, lived through political chaos, and still managed to write some of the most peaceful, clear teachings in history. He said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." These words are simple, but they reveal a truth that affects nearly all of us. How many nights have you lost sleep because your mind created stories about the future? How many times have you replayed a mistake or imagined a rejection or feared a failure before it even happened? The human mind is powerful. It can build kingdoms, but it can also build prisons. The Stoics understood this deeply. They taught that most of our pain is not from life itself, but from the thoughts we attach to life. A conversation that hasn't happened yet, a failure that might come, a fear that might never become real, and still, we suffer as if it already has. Seneca was telling us, reality is often kinder than the mind's imagination. Ask yourself right now, what am I worrying about that hasn't even happened? What fears am I holding on to that are only shadows, not real? And how many blessings have I ignored because I was too busy fighting imaginary battles? If you're someone who constantly worries, I want to speak to you directly. It's not your fault that your mind creates these stories. The mind is built to protect you. But protection turns into prison when fear becomes louder than truth. This is why Stoicism teaches us to focus only on what is real, what is in front of us, what we can control. The rest, leave it in God's hands, in the universe's timing, in the natural flow of life. Take this moment to breathe. Place your hand over your heart if you can. Feel it beating. This heartbeat is real. This moment is real. The sunrise or night sky around you is real. Everything else, the judgments, the assumptions, the fears, they only exist if you feed them. The more you train your mind to stay here, in the now, the more peace you will feel. And remember, no amount of worrying changes the outcome, but calm thinking, a steady heart, and faith in something greater, that changes everything. If you're still with me, I want to thank you for being present. Many people click away, but you stayed, and that says something about your soul. You are seeking truth, and I honor that. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the Wisdom Within channel so you never miss a moment like this again. This is just the beginning, and there is so much more I want to share with you. Before we move to the next quote, take a second to comment below how this message makes you feel. And if you're ready for the next part, just type "I believe" one more time in the comments. Let your faith speak louder than your fear. The third quote is from Epictetus, a man born into slavery who later became one of the greatest teachers of Stoicism. He said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." These words are powerful because they remove every excuse we have to blame life for how we feel. Epictetus lost his freedom, his possessions, and even the use of his own leg due to mistreatment, yet he never saw himself as broken. He taught that while the body may be chained, the mind can remain free. Epictetus reminds us that our circumstances do not define us. Our responses do. You might feel like life has been unfair to you. Maybe people have betrayed your trust. Maybe your efforts were ignored, your kindness was taken for granted, or your dreams were delayed. The Stoics don't deny your pain. Instead, they hand you a quiet truth. Your strength is not measured by what you avoid, but by how you rise after the fall. Think about your own life. Think of a moment that hurt you deeply, a moment you didn't ask for but had to face anyway. Maybe someone walked away without explanation. Maybe your plans collapsed. Maybe you lost someone you loved. Pain entered your story without your permission. But what came next was your choice. Did you remain broken, or did you start to rebuild? Maybe you didn't rebuild perfectly. Maybe you're still in the middle of it. That's okay. What matters is that every day you choose to keep going, you prove Epictetus right. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters most. Some people face small storms and fall apart internally. Others face hurricanes and still stand, maybe trembling but unbroken in spirit. What's the difference between these people? It's not luck. It's not fate. It's the decision to take responsibility for how they meet life. This is why Stoicism is not just philosophy, it is training. A training of the mind, the heart, the soul. Every challenge is a lesson. Every disappointment is an invitation to grow stronger, calmer, wiser. I want you to ask yourself now, how have I been reacting to what life gives me? Do I complain more than I change? Do I blame more than I build? Do I wait for someone to save me instead of saving myself? These questions may hurt, but they will also heal. Because when you take responsibility for your reactions, you take back your power. If this is speaking to you, take a moment and type "I believe" again in the comments. Let it be a declaration that you choose to respond differently from this day forward. You choose to respond with clarity, with patience, with faith, and with strength. And while you're here, please don't forget to like this video. It helps more than you know. Your one like might be what helps someone else find this message right when they need it. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the Wisdom Within channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any upcoming videos filled with timeless wisdom, spiritual encouragement, and inner peace. Let us move to the fourth quote. This one is once again from Marcus Aurelius. He said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This is simple, yes, but it is also life-changing if you truly understand it. Happiness is not a place you arrive at someday. It is not in money or success or praise from other people. Happiness begins where your thoughts begin. If your thoughts are filled with bitterness, then even in a beautiful place you will feel sad. If your thoughts are filled with gratitude, then even with little, you will feel rich. Think about how much time you spend in your own mind, more time than you spend with friends, family, or anyone else. Your mind is your home, and if that home is filled with clutter, regrets from yesterday, fears of tomorrow, anger toward others, comparisons with people online, how can you ever feel peaceful living inside it? You must clean your inner home the way you clean your physical one. Remove thoughts that poison you. Allow thoughts that nourish you. Marcus Aurelius was not telling us to ignore pain. He himself lost children, fought wars, and lived with constant pressure. Yet he wrote about gratitude, kindness, and perspective, because he understood that even when the world outside is chaotic, the world within can be calm. And that is where happiness begins. Not perfect happiness, but a quiet, steady kind that cannot be stolen by circumstance. Right now, I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to reflect on this. What kind of thoughts have you been feeding your mind lately? Are they thoughts of fear, anger, unworthiness, or thoughts of hope, discipline, and faith? You have to choose what you allow to stay. You cannot control every thought that enters your mind, but you can choose which ones you entertain. It's like this. You are the host of a house. Thoughts will knock on your door every day. Some will be negative, some positive. You cannot stop them from knocking, but you decide who gets to enter and stay. You decide which ones sit at your table. Start letting more thoughts of strength, patience, love, and gratitude into your home, and do not let bitterness and fear live there rent-free. Seneca once said, "A man is as unhappy as he has convinced himself he is." This connects perfectly to Marcus's wisdom. Happiness is not something life brings to you. It is something you create through your thoughts, beliefs, and responses. And the beautiful thing is, you can begin now. You don't need everything to be perfect to think better. You just need the willingness to shift your focus from what's missing to what's present, from what's wrong to what can be made right. If you're still here listening, that already means your soul is ready to grow. And I want to say this with sincerity. Thank you. Thank you for valuing wisdom. Thank you for choosing to lift your spirit higher. If this message is helping you, please like the video right now. It supports the channel more than words can say. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the Wisdom Within channel for more messages like this, delivered straight to your heart. Before we move to the fifth quote, write in the comments how this message speaks to you. Start your comment with the words, "I believe," to remind yourself that you are open to meaningful change. The fifth Stoic quote is from Seneca again, and it carries a quiet but powerful reminder. He said, "Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future." This wisdom touches on time, how we waste it, how we lose it, and how we forget to live fully in the only moment we truly have, now. Seneca is telling us that life feels heavy and stressful when we let our minds live everywhere except in this present moment. Some people drown in their past, unable to forgive themselves or others. Some are so busy chasing the future that they never pause to notice the blessings they already have. And some live in fear of mistakes, fear of judgment, fear of failure, so much that they never really live at all. Have you ever sat outside, maybe underneath the sky, and felt time slow down? Have you ever watched sunlight touch a wall or heard rain hit the ground and felt something in you calm down? That is the present moment speaking to you. That is Seneca's wisdom inviting you back home. Life is not found in yesterday or tomorrow. It is here now, breathing with you, waiting for you to notice it. You do not need more time. You need more presence, more attention to what is in front of you, more gratitude for what you have right now, more courage to release what is gone and trust what is coming. Seneca's words remind us that the past has already carved its path. The future is yet unseen, but the present is a gift unfolding in real time. And yet how easily we lose it. We wake up already thinking about what might go wrong. We walk through our days worried about things that haven't happened. We lay in bed replaying moments that cannot be changed. And in all of this, we miss the only moment we truly possess, the one we are living right now. Think about how many small miracles are around you every day, unnoticed. The warmth of sunlight that gently wakes the morning world. The sound of your own breathing, proof that life is still with you. The quiet loyalty of your heart that beats, moment after moment without asking for permission. The way your body holds you up even when your soul feels tired. The kindness in someone's eyes. The way time slows when you really listen to someone you love. These are treasures hidden in the present, but we only see them when we stop rushing past them. Take a deep breath with me. Notice the air filling your lungs. Let it go slowly. Right now, this breath is real. This silence, this moment, this message, it's happening now. And this is where your life is. Not in yesterday, not in tomorrow, but right here. Seneca wasn't telling us to forget our past or ignore our future. He was showing us how suffering increases when we live outside the present moment. When we carry the weight of old pain and the fear of future uncertainty, our minds become restless and our hearts become anxious. To live wisely is to learn from the past, prepare for the future, but live fully right where your feet are. This teaching feels deeply spiritual when you really absorb it, because living in the present is not just a mental exercise, it is an act of trust. A surrender, a small declaration of faith that says, I am here, I will do my part, and I will trust life or God or the universe to handle the rest. So I want you right now to write in the comments again, I believe, not out of habit, but as an affirmation that you choose presence over distraction, faith over fear, purpose over panic. And while you're here, if this message is speaking to your heart, please take a moment to like the video. It may seem small, but it helps this message reach more people who need it. And it supports this channel so I can keep creating wisdom-filled content for you. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the Wisdom Within channel and turn on notifications. This channel is not just a place to watch. It's a place to return to when your heart needs rest, when your mind needs clarity, and when your spirit needs truth. Now, even though we've covered 5 Stoic quotes, our journey doesn't end here. You asked for 5 quotes that can change your life, but to truly understand them, we must go deeper. Not just into the quotes, but into what they mean for you personally. So I want to take you into the heart of these teachings, one step at a time, and show you how to apply them to your everyday life. Let's return to the first truth. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Ask yourself, how many times have you given your peace away to things beyond your control? Someone's opinion, a bad day, a message left unanswered, a delay, a rejection. But what if every time something bothered you, you paused and whispered to yourself, this is outside my control, but my response is not. Imagine how many storms within you would soften. This is not about being emotionless. Stoicism is not about coldness. It is about warmth with discipline. It is about feeling pain, but not worshiping it. It is about seeing injustice, but responding with wisdom instead of rage. It is about noticing your emotions, but not letting them become your leaders. Now think of the second quote. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. How many moments of your life have you lost to imaginary battles? You hurt yourself with thoughts of things that never even happened. Let me ask you this gently. How many blessings did you ignore because your mind was too busy preparing for pain? This is why the Stoics taught us to stay with reality, not with fear, because fear creates a world that pain does not always enter. And while we live trapped in that imagined world, we miss the beauty of the real one. If you're still here with me, I want you to write in the comments again, I believe. Not because I asked you to, but because each time you type it, you are training your mind to accept wisdom instead of anxiety. You are declaring, I choose truth over illusions. And remember, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the Wisdom Within channel right now. I want you to stay connected, not just for this video, but for every message that follows after. Messages that will remind you of who you are when the world makes you forget. Let's revisit Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Life will not always be gentle, but your soul can be strong. You might not choose every chapter of your life story, but you can choose how you read it. Will you read it as a tragedy, or as a journey where pain gives birth to purpose? Some of the most beautiful souls I've met are those who have suffered but chose grace instead of bitterness. They didn't become that way by accident. They became that way because they chose their reaction again and again, until it became their nature. And Marcus Aurelius, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. So I want to ask you, what kind of thoughts do you wake up with? What kind do you fall asleep with? Do your thoughts lift you or break you? Do they build you or bury you? If your mind has become a place of chaos, don't blame yourself. Just start cleaning. One thought at a time. Replace I can't with I am learning. Replace why me with what is this teaching me. Replace I'm alone with I am being shaped for something greater. Finally, Seneca's wisdom about time. Life feels anxious when we live everywhere except in the present moment. So practice presence, practice gratitude. When you eat, taste your food. When you speak to someone, listen with your whole heart. When you walk, notice the ground beneath your feet. You are alive. Do not rush past that miracle. And before we move forward, if this message is helping you, pause for a moment. Like this video, take a breath. Subscribe to the Wisdom Within channel if you haven't, and comment "I believe." Let's fill the comment section with faith, with strength, with souls who are ready to rise. There is still so much more to say. We are only beginning to uncover how these teachings can shape your relationships, your purpose, your healing, and the quiet war inside your mind. So when you're ready for me to continue, just say the word. Let's go deeper now. You've listened, you've reflected, and if you're still here, it means something inside you is awakening. These ancient teachings are not just ideas, they are tools. And when used correctly, they can transform the way you move through your life. But to truly change, wisdom must travel from the mind into the soul and then into your actions. So together, let's begin that journey. Think again about Marcus Aurelius's reminder. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. This truth is like a key. Many people search for strength in other people, in money, in success, or even in escape. But this key opens a different door, the one within you. The door that leads to control over your reactions, thoughts, and inner peace. What would your life look like if you stopped trying to control every external thing, and instead started mastering the way you think about them? How much suffering could you release if you gently told yourself every morning, "I cannot control everything, but I can control how I respond to anything"? You would become calmer, more focused, less influenced by opinions. That is real freedom. Yet I know it's not easy. You've been hurt. You've faced things that people don't understand. You've had moments where your thoughts felt louder than your faith. But you're here now, and that means you're strong enough to learn a new way. So if you're ready to take responsibility for your inner world, write in the comments right now, "I believe." Now let's return to Seneca's wisdom. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This quote exposes one of the greatest human truths. Most of our pain begins in the mind before it ever touches our life. We create worst-case scenarios. We convince ourselves that we are unworthy, or that the future will fail before it even arrives. We let fear make decisions before faith even has a chance to speak. So how do we break this cycle? By training the mind gently, consistently. Each time your mind creates a fearful story, pause. Ask yourself, is this real? Or is this a story I'm telling myself? If it is real, face it with strength. If it is imagined, release it with peace. The more you practice this, the less power fear will have over you. This is your reminder. Do not let imagined suffering steal the joy of a real life. Do not let future fears take away present blessings. If this resonates, don't just think it. Type "I believe" in the comments and make it a part of your being. And again, take a moment to like this video. It helps this message reach more hearts who silently battle their thoughts every day. If you still haven't, subscribe to the Wisdom Within channel and turn on notifications. This channel is here to be your quiet companion through storms. Your voice of strength when the world is loud and confusing. Let's move to something deeply personal. Epictetus's quote, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." We touched on this earlier, but now I want you to truly apply it to your life. Take a moment and think about the hardest thing you've faced. Something that made you cry, break, or question everything. Now ask yourself, how did I react? Did I allow it to define me? Or did I, even in small ways, try to rise above it? The pain you've experienced is real. I will never deny your struggle. But what if that pain is not the end of your story? What if it is the beginning of your strength? What if the things that were meant to destroy you are actually shaping you into someone wiser, more compassionate, more powerful than before? Epictetus didn't say it is easy. He just said it matters. And it does. Because if pain enters your life but you respond with faith, resilience, and grace, you begin to master life itself. So, embrace this truth, not with force, but with quiet courage. And if you agree, let me see you in the comments writing "I believe." Share this moment with me. Let the world see that you're choosing strength today. And now, Marcus Aurelius again. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This quote is gentle but direct. It tells you that happiness is not hidden somewhere far away, waiting for the perfect moment or perfect person to appear. Happiness is built word by word, thought by thought, inside your own mind. If your thoughts are always harsh, "I'm not good enough, nothing ever works for me, I'll never be happy," then your life will reflect those words. But if you slowly, lovingly replace those thoughts with better ones, "I am growing, I am learning, I am exactly where I need to be right now," your life will begin to feel different. Not instantly, not magically, but gradually, like morning light rising. Happiness is not loud. It is quiet. It doesn't shout. It whispers in small moments: gratitude, peace, trust. And if you train your thoughts to notice these whispers, your life will feel lighter. Seneca adds to this with another quote: "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." This is not about ignoring your responsibilities, it is about refusing to let tomorrow steal today. It is about living with gratitude, not waiting for everything to be perfect before you decide to smile. So let me ask you gently, what is something in your life that you can be grateful for today? Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Think about it. Hold it in your heart. And if you feel brave, write it in the comments after the words, "I believe." Now take a breath. You are still here. You are still listening. That means you are alive. You have time. You have hope. And no matter what you've lost, you still have the power to choose how your heart reacts to life. Before we go even deeper, I want to remind you again, if this message is helping you, like this video. It takes a second, but it means the world. Subscribe to the Wisdom Within channel for more wisdom, more faith, more strength. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next message. We are not done. In fact, now we go even deeper into healing, purpose, forgiveness, and how to embody Stoicism every single day, even in the small, quiet things. Take a slow breath with me for a moment. In and out, because even though these words from Marcus Aurelius are incredibly simple, they hold the power to reshape the way we react to the world. Let's repeat them once more. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. So what does this really mean for your daily life? It means you cannot control what others think of you. You cannot control the weather, your past mistakes, your upbringing, or the randomness of life. But you can control how you respond. You can choose whether to stay angry or let go. You can decide whether to hold on to peace or surrender it to anxiety. This is what the Stoics called the dichotomy of control, the understanding that life is split into two categories, what we can control and what we cannot. And the more time you waste on the second category, the more anxious, hurt, and exhausted you become. A simple question for you, my friend. What in your life right now is stealing your peace because you're trying to control it? Is it someone's opinion about you? Is it a relationship that's not working the way you imagined? Is it a future you're terrified of? Or a past you keep replaying in your mind? Take a moment. Let it come to the surface. Now ask yourself, you don't have to answer out loud, just answer honestly within. Can you control this? If yes, take action with calm and courage. If no, lay it down. Let it go before it destroys your peace. The Stoic exercise for this quote tonight before you sleep. Try this. Sit alone for just 5 minutes. Close your eyes. Ask yourself, what things today were outside of my control? Then ask, why did I let them disturb my mind? Finally, whisper this calm truth to yourself. I only control my thoughts and my actions. That is enough. This may sound simple, but if you repeat it every day, you will become unshakable. Now let me ask you something important. If you're still here with me, I want you to type in the comments to ground this truth in your life. I choose peace over control. Say it. Declare it publicly. Not for me, but for you. For your own mind to see it and believe it. And if you're someone who believes God guides your life, you can write, God, I trust your plan more than my fears. Let the world see your strength. Transition to Stoic quote. 2. You've just taken your first step into inner freedom. But now, we go deeper. The second quote is from the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, a man born a slave who became one of the greatest teachers of freedom. He said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Take a second. Let that sink in. This quote isn't just philosophy, this is survival. This is healing. This is transformation. Because right now, maybe someone hurt you. Maybe life betrayed you. Maybe things didn't go the way you hoped, and your mind keeps asking, why me? What did I do to deserve this? But Epictetus would gently turn your shoulders, look you in the eyes, and say, it already happened. Now the only question left is, how will you respond? Pain is real, but your reaction defines you. The Stoics never told us to ignore pain or pretend it doesn't exist. They said, feel it, accept it, but don't become it. Pain is a visitor. Suffering is when you let it stay longer than it should. Let me explain. Someone insults you. That is pain. You spend days replaying it, feeling ashamed, angry, worthless. That is suffering. A relationship ends. Pain. You destroy your self-esteem because you think you weren't enough. Suffering. Pain is an event. Suffering is a choice. How do we break this cycle? By turning reaction into reflection. When something painful happens, instead of saying, why is this happening? Ask him, what can I learn from this? Instead of, this is unfair. Ask, how can I grow stronger through this? Instead of, my life is falling apart. Say, maybe it's falling into place in a way I can't see yet. A quiet reminder for you right now. You might be fighting silent battles. Sleepless nights, hidden tears, silent prayers. And that's why Stoicism isn't just philosophy. It's medicine for the soul, so if you're still watching, type in the comments, my reaction is my power. Say it. Own it, believe it. So take a breath with me right here, right now. Feel the weight of that truth from Epictetus gently landing in your heart. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Notice how your mind is always painting pictures. What if I fail? What if they leave? What if I'm not enough? But here in this exact second, nothing has hurt you. You are safe. You are breathing. And whatever happens tomorrow, you will meet it with strength. Just like you've survived every other day you once feared. My friend, I want you to do something for me. If you're still with me, I want you to type in the comments, I believe in peace over fear. Not just for me, but for yourself. To declare it to the universe, to God, to your own soul. And while you're there, don't forget to like this video because it helps this message reach more people who are silently fighting battles in their minds. Also, subscribe to The Wisdom Within so you don't miss the next message that could shift your entire life. Now let's move to the third quote. One that has saved many from bitterness and helped them reclaim their inner power. This one comes from Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, a man who held the entire Roman Empire on his shoulders. He said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Take a moment. Let that sink in. You have power over your mind, not other people's opinions, not the economy, not the past that already happened or the future that might never occur, just your mind. So why do we spend most of our life trying to control everyone and everything outside of us? We try to make people love us. We try to make them understand. We try to make life fair. And when it doesn't happen, we suffer, we break, we feel betrayed by life. But Marcus Aurelius is whispering to you right now, stop fighting reality. Come back home, come back to yourself. Because the only true kingdom you'll ever rule is your inner world. Everything else can be taken from you. Your job, your money, your reputation, even the people you love. Nothing is fully under your control. That's not meant to make you afraid. It's meant to set you free. Because when you accept this truth, you stop wasting energy trying to control the ocean. You learn how to sail it. Maybe someone hurt you. Maybe someone said things that pierced your heart. Maybe they are still talking behind your back. Let me remind you, you cannot control what they say or do, but you can control whether you let it poison your peace. You can control whether you replay their words or release them to God. You can choose whether you respond with anger or rise with grace. That's your power, and nothing and no one can take that from you. Marcus Aurelius also said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. So if your life feels heavy, maybe it's not the world. Maybe it's the thoughts you've been feeding your soul. If you wake up thinking you're behind, if you keep telling yourself you're not worthy of love, if you constantly think about past mistakes, you are planting seeds of sorrow in your heart every day. So what if starting today you chose different thoughts? What if you woke up and said, I don't have everything, but I have enough. I don't know the future, but I trust God's timing. I'm not perfect, but I'm growing. And that's enough. These aren't just words. They are anchors. They remind your soul, peace is not somewhere outside. It's built inside, thought by thought, belief by belief. I know this world often tells you to control everything, your image, your relationships, your destiny. But the Stoics and even Scripture teach us a different way. Release what is not yours to carry. Focus on your heart, your mind, your actions. The rest, that belongs to God and to the flow of life. Right now, whisper to yourself, I choose peace. I choose what I can control. And for everything else, I surrender it to something greater than me. If these words are speaking to your soul, type in the comments, I choose inner strength. Go ahead. Let this message echo inside you and around the world. And while you're typing, remember to like this video and subscribe to the Wisdom Within channel, so this wisdom can stay with you, grow with you, and remind you who you truly are. Let's gently walk into quote 4, a beautiful reminder from Seneca, a man who lived through exile, political chaos, betrayal, and yet remained grounded like a tree that refused to fall in the storm. He said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." Think about that. Poverty is not about what's in your hands. It's about what's in your heart. You could have a simple home, a quiet life, a small circle, and still be rich, because your spirit is full. But you could also have money, status, followers, an impressive life in the eyes of others, and yet feel empty, starving for more. Seneca is not telling you to reject success or wealth. He's telling you to stop chasing things that don't fill your soul. He's saying, look around. You might already have everything you once prayed for. A roof, a bed, food, a phone to watch this video. Eyes that can see, ears that can hear, a heartbeat that still keeps fighting for you. Is that not abundance? Why do we always want the next thing? The next relationship, the next achievement, the next version of ourselves? We keep running and running and running until one day life stops us and says, you missed it. The miracle was happening right in front of you, and you were too busy searching for more, so breathe. Look at your hands. Recognize how blessed you are. You do not need to own the world to feel whole. You just need to stop believing that you are lacking. Gratitude is not just saying thank you. It's a way of seeing life. And when you learn to see life this way, you become rich, in peace, in joy, and contentment. My friend, tell me in the comments if this touched you. Write, I am already blessed, declare it. Claim it as your truth. And if you're still here, can I gently remind you to like this video so it can reach someone else who has forgotten how blessed they really are? And don't forget to subscribe to the Wisdom Within, because this is not just a channel, it's a home for souls like yours. Seneca's words linger like a soft echo in the heart. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. So let this gently settle within you. The world will always tell you that you're missing something, but you are not missing your life. You are living it right now. You may not have every answer, but you are breathing, learning, surviving, hoping. And that is not poverty. That is grace. You see, true richness is found when you can sit alone in a quiet room with no noise, no applause, no distractions, and still feel at peace with who you are. That is wealth. That is success. That is spiritual freedom. So if this message resonates with you, type in the comments, I am already blessed. Let your own heart hear you say it. And as you do, don't forget to like this video so more souls can find this message. And subscribe to the Wisdom Within channel, because this is where your spirit is nourished, where ancient wisdom meets the quiet voice within you. Now gently, we turn to the fifth and final Stoic quote, one that holds the power to change how you respond to pain, loss, and uncertainty. This quote comes from Marcus Aurelius. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This is one of the most powerful lines ever written by a human being. It means that what you see as an obstacle is not here to defeat you, but to shape you. The thing blocking your path is not the end of your journey. It is part of your journey. The pain you're feeling is not here to break you, it's here to grow you. Think back to your hardest moments. The heartbreak, the loss, the rejection, the betrayal. At the time, you thought it was the end. You thought you would never recover. And yet you did. You are here. Stronger, wiser, softer in the heart, but harder to break. That struggle didn't stop you. It formed you. So Marcus Aurelius reminds us, stop resisting your challenges. Face them, walk through them, because the obstacle is not blocking the road. The obstacle is the road God has placed before you to become who you were meant to be. Maybe right now you are facing something painful, a broken relationship, a financial burden, a silent battle no one sees. You might be asking God, why me? Maybe the better question is, what is this teaching me? Because nothing in your life is wasted, not even the pain, especially not the pain. Seneca also wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body." You don't get stronger in ease. You get stronger in resistance. Just as muscles grow by lifting weight, the soul grows by lifting burdens and releasing them to God. So instead of asking, how do I get rid of this problem? Ask, how can this problem make me stronger, kinder, braver? That question transforms you. That question gives you your power back. If these words touch something deep inside you, I want you to write in the comments, what stands in my way is making me stronger. Not for likes, not for the algorithm, but so your own spirit hears you declare it. And if you haven't already, please like this video so this message finds someone who needs it tonight. Subscribe to the Wisdom Within so you never walk this journey alone. There is so much more wisdom coming, so many more words to heal what the world cannot see. Now take a slow breath with me, in and out. You've just walked through 5 life-changing Stoic truths, not as ideas but as living wisdom for your heart. You suffer more in imagination than in reality. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Happiness depends on the quality of your thoughts. True wealth is needing less, not having more. The obstacle is the way. Let these not just be quotes you heard. Let them become the way you see life. The lens through which you rise when life pushes you down. And before this message closes, I want to speak directly to you, the soul listening right now. You are not alone. You are not weak for feeling tired. You are not lost beyond repair. There is still purpose in your breath. There is still light in your future. And there is still God watching over you, even on the days you don't feel Him. So if you're ready to carry this wisdom into your life, type in the comments, blessed and ready. Let this be your declaration. Your final word in this sacred conversation. And one last time, like this video, so someone like you can find it when they need it most. Subscribe to the Wisdom Within channel for more divine messages, ancient wisdom and truth for your soul. Turn on notifications because I promise you don't want to miss what's coming next. This is not the end. This is just the beginning of a new way of seeing the world.